Once upon a time, in a serene mountain village nestled amidst misty peaks, there lived a humble monk named Tenzin. Tenzin was known for his calm demeanor and deep understanding of life's mysteries. Despite his wisdom, he always maintained that he was but a student of the universe. Every morning, Tenzin would wake before dawn, his humble hut illuminated only by the soft glow of an oil lamp. The first rays of sunlight would pierce through the bamboo walls, casting gentle patterns on the earthen floor. He would meditate in silence, the rhythmic chirping of cicadas and rustling leaves forming a symphony of nature. One day, a young traveler arrived in the village. He carried a heavy pack and an even heavier heart. Upon hearing about the wise monk, he sought Tenzin's guidance. "Master," the traveler began, bowing deeply, "I seek peace. My mind is a storm and my heart is restless. Please teach me the way." Tenzin smiled and gestured for the traveler to sit. "Peace is not something to be sought, young one. It is something to be realized. Tomorrow, join me for a walk." The next morning, the two set out at dawn. The air was crisp and carried the scent of pine and damp earth. As they walked, Tenzin pointed to a droplet of dew precariously balancing on the edge of a leaf. "Observe," he said, "how this droplet clings to the leaf yet lets go when the sun warms it. Life, too, is about holding on and letting go." The traveler frowned, struggling to grasp the meaning. Tenzin continued walking, his footsteps light and deliberate. They passed a gurgling brook, its water sparkling under the rising sun. Tenzin knelt by the brook and cupped his hands to drink. "Water flows," he said, seeking the lowest point without resistance. Why do we fight the natural course of things? As they climbed higher into the mountains, the traveler began to notice the stillness around him. The rustling of leaves, the distant call of a bird, and even the sound of his own breathing became vivid. Tenzin paused on a rocky outcrop overlooking the valley below. "Tell me," he asked, "what do you see?" "I see the village, the river, the fields, and the mountains," the traveler replied. "And what do you feel?" The traveler hesitated. "I feel small, insignificant." Tenzin chuckled softly. "Ah, but within that insignificance lies your liberation. When you let go of your ego, you become as vast as this valley." The traveler's eyes widened as he began to understand. The rest of the day was spent in silence, their journey punctuated only by the occasional sound of nature. By the time they returned to the village, the traveler felt a lightness he hadn't experienced in years. Over the next few weeks, the traveler stayed in the village, joining Tenzin in his daily routines. He learned to chop wood, carry water, and meditate under the stars. Slowly, the storm within him began to calm. One evening, as they sat by a fire, the traveler asked, "Master, how will I know when I have found peace?" Tenzin gazed into the flickering flames. "Peace is not a destination, but a way of being. It is in the way you chop wood and carry water. It is in the way you breathe and the way you let go." Years later, the traveler returned to the village as a monk himself. Tenzin had long since passed, but his teachings lived on in the hearts of those he had touched. The traveler, now a teacher, would often tell his students about the droplet of dew, the flowing water, and the vast valley. He would end each story with the same words: "Peace is not something to be sought. It is something to be realized."